Welcome to another episode. Gas Network presents Sports for the Culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Buggy, man.
This is the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
what it do? Welcome to another live episode of Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I am tonight's host, back. I've been off for 2 weeks. Feels good to be back. Your boy, Young Rome 22 on all socials. All the loyal followers and listeners, man, you guys know who I am. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. And I'm going to let the fellas introduce themselves before we get into tonight's show. I'm going to start with the top left.
What up? I'm Scruff Lion, Good Ass Sports. Today you call me Scruff Skywalker. Rome, I am your father. It's like, nah. Now let's get into it, man. It's going to be fun.
Hey, top right.
At Bryce, XXV, Double I, a.k.a. Mr. Big Leaguer. Hey, Scruff, I'm your father, man. Me and Scruff done had a showdown in 2 weeks. We done played 4 fantasy football or fantasy basketball matchups. Hey, somebody ask me my record real quick against Scruff.
What's your record against Scruff?
4-0, baby. 4-0.
Man, it would be the weekend when I was on vacation, man. I was on vacation.
Hey, G, you know what I say, G? Put a fork in them.
That's actually what I say. But.
All right, and last but not least, bottom right.
It's your boy D-Malo Ragoon. I just want to say thank you, T, for fucking up my fantasy league this year, for jinxing Derrick Henry. I hate you very much with so much love. Thank you for ruining my league this year. Just when I thought I was going to win with Derrick Henry. Son of a bitch. He had to jinx us. He had to jinx me of all people.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
couldn't
shout
say
out to
Deebo
guys,
Samuels.
man.
Why he couldn't say Deebo Samuels going to injure his knee again? I would have been fine with that.
T Boogie with the somber predictions, man. Unfortunately, on that Derrick Henry news, we will get into that a little bit. The Titans did sign Adrian Peterson to replace Derrick Henry, so that is a little interesting. But we got a lot to get into tonight, fellas. We want to talk Derrick Henry, OBJ, a little college football. But let's start off with the news on Henry Ruggs. I don't know if you guys have all heard about this or not yet, but Henry Ruggs was in a devastating DUI that did lead to a lady and her dog losing their lives. So let's talk about what this obviously is going to mean for Ruggs' career, and what this could also mean or impact this could have on the Raiders' season. I'm gonna start with you, Bryce. What do you think this is going to mean for Ruggs' career, and how is this going to affect the Raiders going down the road?
Definitely a derailing of Ruggs' promising career, man. I think Ruggs came into the league with loads of potential. You know, one of the fastest college players we've seen in some time. I'm not just talking 40 time. I'm talking on-field speed. You know, there's a difference between the 40 time and the on-field speed. And we saw plenty of times at Alabama that Ruggs had game-changing speed. I don't think he really ever got a chance to truly shine in the league yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's shown flashes, but he has not been the guy that we expected yet. But you still saw the flashes, so you knew he was eventually going to develop. Definitely unfortunate occurrence. And you know, I got a lot to say about it, honestly, because first off, we know no one should be drinking and driving. I think if we're all being honest, if everybody's being completely honest, there's probably not one person that drinks that's never got behind the wheel after a drink, right? But in that same token, you have to be able to, one, know your limits, and two, understand the circumstances each time you drink. And I mean, for Henry Ruggs, there's really no excuse where if you're super, you know, you toe up, you super lit, like it's no excuse for not calling the Uber. It's no excuse for not walking, not getting a hotel where you at. You in Vegas, you on the strip. Get a hotel where you at and, you know, handle your business the next morning. But when they first brought the team to Vegas, we actually had a couple conversations about this. And they don't call Vegas Sin City for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to end up being problematic for that team. I'm sure that area, that the vibe of that area is going to bring more and more problems as this franchise continues forward in Las Vegas now. So definitely unfortunate. I feel bad for the family of the victim. Feel bad for, I mean, I don't know too much about the victim. Haven't read too much on that, but definitely, prayers and condolences to that family. It's just sad all around. We'll see what happens with his career, but it's definitely derailed. I don't expect to see Ruggs on the field anytime soon. Maybe not in the next 5 or 10 years. We'll see.
Yeah, you definitely bring up a good point about the Uber. In today's world with Uber, Lyft, we're all young men. We've all gone out and had drinks. There's really just no excuse or no reason to be drinking and driving. G, what are your thoughts on the Henry Ruggs situation and how this could potentially affect the Raiders, who are 5-2 right now and one of the best teams in the AFC?
It reminds me sort of like the Plexico Barrett situation where, players just feel like they have too much power. They could get away with anything in the sense that, they feel invincible. Not trying to say it's the same kind of situation, but players' mentality where you see Plexico Barrett bought a gun, then shot himself. Didn't even think about it, the repercussions or where it could lead. And look what it did to the organization in the long run. Like, took the Giants a little bit to recover from that, to find the next kind of Plexico player to replace him. The same thing is going to happen with the Raiders. You thought that it was going to be Waller, Ruggs, and Jacobs right there, the main staples of receivers and running backs to carry that team in the future. Now that's not the case. Now they're going to be missing an offensive weapon. Now defenses are going to be. Well, Waller is still like a lights out tight end, so they're gonna zone on him a little bit more now. Now they don't got to worry about Ruggs deep for a deep pass now. Now you're gonna see the Raiders. Are they gonna win some or lose some more games? You should be winning. It's gonna be tighter games. Who knows? But condolences to that family. And this is not a prediction of the future for that organization where they need to start to talk to players like, yo, when it comes to the football season, do not hit the strip. Stay the fuck away unless it's a weekend thing where you're gonna have a buddy to take you home. Because this happened Monday night. And they're coming back from their bye because they just got off their bye. So this is basically coming back. So now, and on top of that, no head coach to be on top of the players. I'm not gonna even put this on the coach or the organization, but in general, this is something that the player himself gotta take accountable for. Because you're literally in the middle of a season, you're having a great time, you're not worrying about the Chiefs. It's basically just you and the Chargers trying to win that division spot, trying to beat the number one in your division. And you clearly just gave it away just for a night of fun, which is sad because someone lost their life on this. And my condolences goes out to that family, and not just that, to his family too, because if he has kids, when is the next time they're gonna see their father, the mother? When is the next time she's gonna see her son? Vice versa with father, wife, if he has a wife, And this is gonna be a journey that he has to reflect on himself. And my condolences to anybody who has to suffer any kind of drunk driver, whether it's the driver's family or the victim himself, when it comes to this kind of situation.
Yeah, definitely a heavy situation. Definitely. Scruff, man, let's hear your thoughts on the Henry Ruggs situation.
Yeah, this is this one hits kind of close for me. I see it on all angles, man. I think Bryce had said something along the lines of he's going to have to live with that decision, and ultimately he will. Every man and woman, human being on this earth has to deal with the repercussions of their decisions, and it's one of those situations where a decision is made, and it's a irreversible decision for that woman's life. I didn't know a canine was involved. That's news to me. But nah, man. And I also understand Henry Ruggs' situation. 22 years old. What I see is a young man, a very young man, who, by the legal laws of the land, has only been legally available to drink for maybe a year and some change, right? But in reality, we know this is a young man that was a superstar at University of Alabama. I mean, I don't care if he was a superstar or not, but that adds to this situation. I mean, I was not a superstar at the University of Rutgers University, I should say, but I had plenty of drinks. I had plenty of good times. I had plenty of nights where I had way too much to drink, and I'm not proud to say, but I can say that I have gotten behind the wheel and had too much to drink. Now, luckily, my situation didn't turn out like that, but it's very easy to get behind the wheel, not realize what you're doing, and then boom. Now, in the situation, he's going to deal with a lot. Now, as far as what he's going to miss, I mean, Bryce said on the high end, I think 10 years, it's not unheard of. I have a friend that's in a similar situation. He was a promising young basketball coach here in New Jersey. And, he had a similar situation. He's serving 6. And that's with good behavior. So, I've also seen another situation, a Dante Stallworth situation, if you remember that. He was a receiver, played for the Eagles, I believe. I'm not sure if he was playing for the Eagles at that time. But he basically, hit a pedestrian in Miami. And same situation, murder. But he only served about 2 years. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with the situation. Either way, it's a tragedy on all ends. Because, it's a young man who really was just starting to come into his own in this league. We already knew the talent. He was the number 1 receiver taken in that draft with a very loaded draft class. It included Jerry Jeudy, it included Justin Jefferson, it included CD Lamb. He was the top pick. 22 years old, man. It's really a shame. And to the family, condolences all around. But it's like you said, Bryce, Vegas is Sin City. Definitely was living that Vegas lifestyle, but I just feel for the situation, man. I hope others can learn from the situation. It just really comes down to like what you said, man, having your balance, knowing what you got to do. Also knowing when you pass your limit, just get an Uber, the flex, lifestyle. And, I get it, man, especially coming from a place like University of Alabama. I'm sure they have plenty of turned up nights. And, talk about DUIs, hey, Mac Jones got a couple DUIs, so I'm pretty sure they was drinking and driving in Alabama too, respectfully. But, it's these kind of cultures that enable that. And, going from that to Sin City, man, it's quite being a young athlete that's just coming into money and, the lifestyle, 22 years old, man, there's a lot. So I don't persecute the man. I actually see him as somewhat a victim of circumstance to an extent. But ultimately, you're a man. You're a human being. You take another person's life, you're gonna have to pay the consequences for that.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all agree that the Raiders are going to have to take a long look at what they need to do with their young rookies when they come in to Las Vegas. Because it's going to be something that it's that you just have to deal with no matter what. Young players coming into Las Vegas making millions of dollars. Hopefully, we don't hear another story like this coming out of Las Vegas, but you never know. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. We'll keep it on the NFL. We'll keep talking wide receivers. Maybe even a potential replacement down the line for Henry Ruggs for the Raiders could be one Odell Beckham Jr., who has not been faring well with the Browns at all. I believe his dad even posted something online where Baker Mayfield is just not looking his way. The dude's open. We can all see it. And Baker's just not looking his way. So what's going down in Cleveland? What's up with Odell? G, you're a Giants fan, man. So I'm sure you got an Odell jersey somewhere in that closet. What are your thoughts on this?
I still do. I literally still doing this, collecting dust as we speak. I threw it in my living room closet. I can't have it in my room. It hurt. That day he got traded, it hurt my soul a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, he's collecting dust too.
Literally. But all jokes aside, no. I mean, we heard reports last year about him trying to leave the Browns. Like, you heard reports of him talking to every quarterback that he played against, trying to advocate himself, get me out of here, get me out of here. You heard reports about this since he had been traded to the Browns. I guess we thought that Landry and him would have been a great duo together since they play in LSU, and we thought that would have been a great duo together again, going from college to the pros. But that was not the case. Clearly, he is not. He's getting no love from his quarterback. Probably in the dance room where they dance with each other because they both love to dance when they're on the field. But besides that, it's no love for Mr. Odell Beckham, man. I wish we still kept him. Clearly, the Giants need a receiver. I'm surprised we didn't try to trade him back. Pull the whole Saints and Ingram situation.
Where do you think OBJ is going to end up?
Shit.
Unemployed.
Ooh,
he's not wrong though. He's gonna have to redo his contract, and he's gonna take a pay cut. If he takes that pay cut, he either ends up with Green Bay or he goes down to Tampa if they need a receiver. If that.
So Scruff, let me get this straight, man. You're alluding to the fact that Odell Beckham might not be playing football at all in 2022.
Well, he hasn't played much football in 2020 or 2021 or the last few years. So let me crinkling up stuff when I'm trying to talk shit.
Are we sticking a fork in Odell Beckham Jr. right now?
Not really, but he's getting close to getting pulling. You're really on your last leg. If you were gonna use that metaphor of cooking, I think there's a moment, if you know how to cook, if you've ever cooked before, there's a moment where it's pretty much done. You want to get a little bit extra crisp on it, but if you leave it in just a little too long, then you end up with unedible food. And I think that's where Odell Beckham's at, personally. I don't know, man. I really wonder. I know the situation isn't ideal. Let me start with that. He hasn't really seemed like he's been able to fit in since he's been there. I mean, but if I look at his stats, really Odell's best seasons were his first 3 seasons in the NFL with the Giants. He was prolific. I mean, we're talking about 1,200, 1,300 receiving yard seasons. Double-digit touchdowns in multiple seasons. Then he had that injury season in Giants, and then they shipped him, right? And then he had a pretty decent season. And then he's had some really rough years for, I'd say, the last 2-3 years. So, I mean, at first I thought maybe there was some merit to this. Baker Mayfield's not looking for him or whatever. And I did get a chance to catch that video. And he did, it is strange. And, not saying that I don't think he's intentionally not trying to get him the ball. I just think Baker Mayfield's a pretty good quarterback. I don't think he's really like a extraordinary quarterback. I think he's pretty good. And I think it's he's lucky to get the ball to receivers at the rate that he gets them to. But from what I've seen, Odell's been getting plenty of targets. I'm seeing him get plenty of targets. If I look at the stats, I see games where he had 7 targets and he only had 2 catches. And then I watched a couple games myself, and I'm seeing him when they throw the ball, he just like flopping and he's like alligator arming, he's looking like, what happened to this Odell? Where's that guy at? Because Odell, you go out there one hand, snatch that thing up there, you know what I'm saying? Crazy athleticism. The old Odell I know, he would take a slant, the same slant we're still running the same routes. The difference, he's not running the routes the same because he's not the same guy. He's running 8 yard. He's run a slant and take it to the house for the Giants. That's the difference, bro. He doesn't have that explosiveness that he had back then. I don't know if he's the same player anymore. I certainly don't think the system's fit. It doesn't seem like he ever really felt at home there. It's unfortunate that he didn't get a trade. I'm not sure if he's just playing uninspired, but I don't see him going hard like that. I'm just like, I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm seeing a little bit of a lackluster effort from Odell Beckham. So I don't know. I think he has to be in a different situation next year. And I think that if the next situation he goes to is going to have to be the ideal situation, I don't think he's your number one guy anymore. Most places you go to, I don't think he's going to be looked at as number one guy. So it's going to have to be the perfect situation. And if he doesn't do anything in the next place he goes to, then I think he's done.
All right. So no love for OBJ from Scruff. Bryce, is OBJ done, bro? Like,
Nah. OBJ is not done at all. In fact, me and Scruff had this very conversation, and he said the same thing he just said to me. He said, Baker Mayfield's a pretty good quarterback. And I told Scruff, I said, Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback out of the bottom half of the league quarterbacks. Like, if you take 32 starters and you split them up 16 and 16, Baker Mayfield probably falls around 16 or 17. He's not a top half of the league guy. So when you have a bottom half of the league quarterback, you should expect bottom half of the league results with the receivers. I mean, let's not act like Jarvis Landry's tearing it up either, right? I mean, how many tight ends have they got in Baker Mayfield now? You got David Njoku looking like a bust. And I know what type of potential David Njoku had coming out of college. I mean, they signed Austin Hooper. How's he look? Drafted Harrison Bryant. How's he look? I mean, let's just be honest, bro. The most positive thing about the Browns' skilled position players has been the running backs. That's not ironic. It's not ironic that they had Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt both going off at the same time because they don't have a quarterback that can really get the ball to those receivers' hands in the right position, the right spots. Now, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield's trash, so don't mistake it with that, but he's just not the guy. When Odell was tearing it up, he had Eli Manning. You can say what you want about Eli Manning, but that's still a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's a guy that knows how to get the ball, or that knew how to get the ball into his playmakers' hands. That's Baker Mayfield's problem. He's not targeting Odell as hard as he should. I think he should. Scruff said Odell getting 7 targets. 7 targets for Odell Beckham. I mean, I just watched the game last night with the Chiefs when Tyreek Hill had about 14 targets. You know what I mean? And
but that's a different offense, though.
It felt like 10 of them were in the first half. It doesn't matter. You still have a certain amount of offensive snaps. Last night, Sunday, when I watched Baker Mayfield, I saw a lot of dinking and dunking into running backs I had never heard of before because Kareem Hunt's out. But guess what? They still dinking and dunking the running backs when he's dropping back.
So let me take that question. Let's take it a little further for you, Bryce. So you say offensive snaps. How many snaps you think that the offense in the NFL runs in a week?
In the
average?
Game?
Yeah, in the game. How many snaps?
All right. I don't have that off the top of my head, but I know that the average quarterback's throwing the ball between 30 to 40 times. How many times is Baker Mayfield throwing the ball usually? That's what we should look at. I mean, if Baker Mayfield dropping back 30 times and you're telling me only 6 are going to Odell Beckham, so I mean, he's what he's 20% of what you're doing. Like, give him 35% of the target and see what he does with that. You know what I mean? Like, if you thrown the ball 30 times, target Odell 10 and watch him go off. I'm pretty sure he could. I mean, like, when his pops I know his pops might have been on the line to some people for posting a video like that if his son is wide open. I get that. That can be a little out of line, right? That can make some divides in the locker room.
That's mad out of pocket.
But at the end of the day, that video wouldn't exist if this man wasn't wide open all the time, not getting the football. But you got a situation where you got a quarterback that can't get him the ball, man. And like I said, it's not like Jarvis Landry's going crazy out here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Baker's the only. It's not like Odell's the only player on that team with drops, right? And I know a lot of times receivers getting blamed, all the blame for drops. But if it's bad timing on the pass, if the ball's coming to you when it's not supposed to, that increases the rate of drops. And I think Baker Mayfield got to get some of the blame for this. People was looking at him like he was one of the next best things starting from last season. People were loving him, and he just hasn't shown up. And I don't think there's no excuse.
He's hurt though.
Like that.
He still has that.
He does have that shoulder injury.
He has that shoulder injury, so he's gonna be dunking and passing a lot.
He wasn't hurt all season when he wasn't getting him the ball.
Yeah, give or take. But even Odell Beckham was hurt because Odell Beckham, he played like 2 games with him because he's coming off that knee injury. Yeah, this year, technically speaking.
Well, if we're talking about quarterbacks, Bryce, that are struggling, then we definitely got to bring your boy Mahomes into the conversation because he hasn't looked real godlike this season. He hasn't looked so unbeatable, so uncomparable to guys like Justin Herbert that you've been giving me and Scruff, a little bit for.
How did Justin Herbert look, buddy?
Justin Herbert didn't look too great. He did not look too great this week, but he looked real comparable to Patrick Mahomes. A lot of these quarterbacks are looking comparable to Patrick Mahomes. I mean, even Baker's looking a little comparable to Patrick Mahomes at times this season. So I don't know, man. What's going on with your boy Pat, man? Is he not the QB we thought he was? Should we take him out the Hall of Fame? Was it a little bit too soon?
I was never ready to give him Hall of Fame just yet, right?
What?
But I did say that Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and I stand by that. In fact, I doubled down on it, because at the end of the day, man, the best quarterback in the NFL, the things the best quarterbacks in the NFL are going to do, first they're going to win games, right? Right now, I think are they 500 right now? They just brought their record to 500. Were they 3-3?
3-4.
The KC's 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
So 3-4. So they would have dropped it 3. They would have dropped it 2-5. No.
No, it would have been 3-5. They're 4-4.
4-4.
They're 4-4.
Okay, so they just evened it up at 500. That's impressive. He's finding ways to win when he doesn't have it. Because look, judge on how they started. He's finding ways to win when he doesn't have it. It's clear right now. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have it, right? But that's what happens in a career, bro. Like, you don't wake up to work. You don't wake up and go to work and have it every single day, do you? If you do, if you say you do, you lying. Everybody has a bad day, has a bad stretch. You hope when you have your bad stretch, you don't get fired. Because if you get fired, you know what I'm saying, you on unemployment. But
unemployment ain't giving them checks no more. You're sick.
Right.
You're done.
Right. But Pat Mahomes got a certain resume that if you can't really fire the guy. And I don't think what he's been doing has been so bad that it concerns me. I just think he's got to get his calibration right. Now, I said this last week, and I'm gonna get back to this point. The NFL season is about peaking at the right time. It's all about peaking at the right time. It's about getting hot when it matters the most, right? If there's any time I want to see Patrick Mahomes playing bad football, it's right now. It's right now. Because in a month or two from now, when he's back on his shit, I want to hear all y'all get that man his flowers because y'all been coming hard at the man for being a little off. But we've seen quarterbacks throughout the years. We've seen Brady be a little off. We've seen Peyton Manning be off for a season and followed up with a Super Bowl the same season. I just talked about Eli Manning. How many times have we seen him be off? We've seen him be off for half a season and then win the Super Bowl at the end of the season. So my point is, in my opinion, Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the NFL. Is he having the best season in the NFL right now? No, he's not. But that man is the best quarterback in the NFL. And I think when it comes to the year's end, we'll all see why. I think he'll get it back together. And they'll start simplifying that offense a little more, getting back to the basics. Let's not forget the man's body of work just because he's going through a few issues right now.
Yeah,
it must be election day.
They indeed need to get back to the basics in KC. Here's one stat that Pat Mahomes is leading Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Taylor Heineke, and Joe Burrow in, and that stat is interceptions. Pat Mahomes is currently the league leader in interceptions, but Bryce has him as the best QB in the game right now. Scruff, where do you rank Pat Mahomes currently? Is he still the GOAT?
He was never the GOAT, respectfully. Tom Brady's the GOAT. So I don't know if Tom Brady doesn't exist anymore, but pretty sure he does. So, yeah, Tom Brady's the best quarterback in the NFL. It was never Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was the best young quarterback in the NFL. Yes, that was true. But I believe, a couple weeks ago we had this conversation and, Bryce said that, Patrick Mahomes was basically – he was the one of the cream of the crop when it comes to the young quarterbacks and basically made it seem like nobody was really close to him. And in reality, my argument was not that these other guys were Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that. I still think Patrick Mahomes is still one of the best young quarterbacks in the league, probably still has pole position because of, what he's done already in his career. But my point was that these guys aren't that far off. Any given Sunday is what they say. Right? Isn't that what they say? Any given Sunday? And hey, man, what a beautiful Sunday it was this Sunday. That's literally what we saw this Sunday. We saw so many games where it was any given Sunday, right? The Patriots won against the Chargers, who were doing great, right? Then the Giants win?
No, you fool. We lost.
But they almost did. They almost did. Yeah,
Jets.
The Jets played great. Like any given Sunday, man. Anybody can ball out. Anybody could catch an L. Nobody's immune to catching an L. And that's what we've seen this season with Patrick Mahomes. So he's had some struggles, man. Is it concerning? It's a bit concerning. But he's on a 10-year deal, so I mean he ain't going nowhere. So hopefully he turns it around. He's got a long ways to go. I'm not really ready to panic. Bryce makes a good point about Eli Manning and some of these other quarterbacks that have struggled. But my biggest point is that he's not invincible. He's not perfect. He's not so good that no one can beat him or that these other guys can't get him. He's gettable. He's very gettable, and we've seen that.
Yeah, I think that point has definitely been proven. Iron Man's armor has been chipped. Superman is bleeding. Pat Mahomes is not unstoppable. G, what are your thoughts on Pat Mahomes' struggles? Is it time to hit the panic button? Is this just
No,
one bad
you only
season,
hit
or
the
is this
panic,
a
but you only hit the panic button because Andy Reid does not have a legit running back. This is the first time Patrick Mahomes is not with a legit running back. I get Clyde Edwards he's an all right running back, but he's not really number one. He's a number two.
And he's hurt.
Like,
And he's hurt. He's been hurt.
and he's hurt. Like Patrick Mahomes does not have a running back. Look at Patrick Mahomes' number when he has a stellar running back. When he has a running back to play with him,
So
he's legit Mr. Unbeatable. He's beat. Look what he did with Kareem Hunt. They looked unbeatable. Like they were scary to go see. They knew that when you were seeing the Chiefs, you're seeing the team scoring 35 points on you religiously, no question asked, and you just had to catch up, or either try to beat them in any way you can, but you couldn't. Like Patrick Mahomes needs a running back. He has a stellar tight end and a stellar receiver, but he needs a running back because teams are already dialing him up. They're gonna run the ball when they run it, but they ain't getting that much yardage. And so when we throw up, you got two safeties in the back, ready to just try to. They're jamming up Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce at the line. So it's all about Tyreek Hill's speed that just gives him a little bit of burst. He could catch an opening, but Patrick Mahomes needs a running back.
they literally didn't even have a good running back when they won the Super Bowl, though.
Who they had? They had Edwards. That is a decent running back. Wasn't that bad?
They got him after the
Oh,
Super
they
Bowl.
had him the year afterwards, right?
Right, the year they won the Super Bowl, they had Damian Williams.
They had a hell of a running back by committee that year. Yeah, they had a hell of a running back by committee. In fact, Damian Williams damn near won the Super Bowl MVP. I mean, y'all remember that Super Bowl when Williams was going crazy, bro, receiving and rushing?
I think he had like 130 yards
that year. Yeah, he was great. He nearly won MVP.
Yeah, he had 130 yards that game. So Patrick Mahomes he's not himself because he doesn't have a running back. He got defenses just dialing him up. Like, yo, bro, he's gonna have to throw deep balls. Like, either you're gonna beat him or you're not.
It's all on Pat right now. And the other thing too is like y'all talking about Pat like he's not top 5 passing yards, top 5 in touchdowns, top 7 in completion percentage. Like y'all just talking like the man is not cooking, bro. Like it's crazy. Like y'all so used to the man being like perfect, you know, damn near perfect. That top 5 in every category, y'all feeling like it's a problem. Like if the quarterbacks on your team was playing like Pat Mahomes, if Jalen Hurts is playing like Pat Mahomes right now, Scruff will be telling me how he's the best quarterback next thing since sliced bread. Come on, bro. Like let's be honest right now, bro. But your mind, and good point, T. Chiefs top 10 offense. But your mind is so, warped based off his first couple seasons that were just so otherworldly. But at the end of the day, bro, the league always gonna catch up to you. Like these defensive coordinators, they get paid too. And they get paid to run through every single one of the plays you've ever had, figure out all your weaknesses. My point is, and I'm betting on the fact that Pat Mahomes figures this out and ends up being probably in the MVP race when this is all said and done. And I'm almost willing to bet Pat Mahomes goes on a crazy stretch this season when we're looking at 16 touchdowns, no picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, guy's got 19 touchdowns in 8 games. So he's on pace to, go over 40 touchdowns for the season. He's on pace to be top 5 in passing yards. His team's at 4-4 in a wide open AFC. Y'all keep betting against Pat Mahomes, man. You're going to lose some money, and I'll be happy to take your dubs.
So can we talk back to what T just said? When it came back to that laughable defense, like Patrick Mahomes is no longer like their safety blanket no more. That defense is being exposed just as much.
Yeah,
look at that defense. When he used to hold it down, bro, that defense is fucking terrible.
Yeah, defense is a
problem. I like the trade that he did with the Steelers, but they still need some help. That defense looks horrendous.
But this is the thing that people don't realize, man. And this is the thing. This is really some GM wisdom here. But it's very easy to have a great team and win a Super Bowl when your quarterback's in that first rookie contract, right? Because you have a lot more money to spend in different areas, right? The Chiefs had a better defense then. They had more money to spend on defense. They had more running backs. They had a little bit more of everything. I'm sure the offensive line was probably better across the board. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, when you pay a guy, give him 10 years, $100 million, you or whatever the outrageous figure that he got was, billion. I don't even know. I'm losing track of these numbers these days. It's like cryptocurrency, these damn contracts. But it's just like, bro, this is big numbers, man. At the end of the day, it's just big numbers. And I don't know, man. I just don't know. It just the hype train came a little crazy. I think he'll be all right. But he's getting a lot of big money, and it's harder when your team can't fill out as much of a good team around you. You can't have an all-star squad. It starts being all about you. Hey, 100 mil, whatever your money, whatever you're making. Hey, man, it's economics, bro.
Yo, Harden. I thought
Justin Herbert's on his
Harden
rookie deal though, so maybe these other young quarterbacks. Kyler Murray's in that situation right now. You see what the Cardinals are doing. When you have a quarterback on that first deal, it's a lot easier to make moves. When you get a quarterback that's eating up all your salary cap, it ain't that easy to put out a good defense.
The man is top 5 in every passing stat that matters, man.
Bryce makes some solid points about Pat Mahomes being the best. However, I think it's highly debatable. But one player that Bryce did say was the best, and we were debating it, and I think he got us on this one, was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was definitely going off. He was definitely unstoppable. And was definitely the best running back in the league. But like T called it last week, man, those carries, they start to catch up to you. It looks like Derrick Henry is going to miss about 6 to 8 weeks with a foot injury. What does this mean for the Titans? And can Derrick Henry bounce back come playoff time? Bryce, you go first.
I've got 100% faith that Derrick Henry can bounce back come playoff time, but this injury sucks, man. And I said it on the show. We had the whole conversation about Derrick Henry, and T made this whole point about injuries and the amount of carries Derrick Henry's getting. And I said it right then and there. I said if Derrick Henry gets hurt, T, I'm not blaming the Titans. I'm blaming you, T Boogie. I'm still blaming you, T. I'm not backing off of that, bro. This is your fault, man. Scruff loves to talk about me speaking things into existence. T spoke this injury into existence, man.
Some bitch.
Where did it come from? You know what I'm saying?
Bitch.
Like T was talking about.
Do me dirty.
The crazy thing about it was, bro, T's whole point about Derrick Henry getting hurt was him getting 400 carries, bro. He was like, oh, if he gets 400 carries, he's going to get hurt. He wouldn't even talk about it. My man only like 100 something carries in. My man's hurt now because T want to run his mouth, bro. Like, come on, bro. That's a jinx if I've ever seen it, bro. Like, damn, dog. You trying to ruin me in one of my fantasy leagues.
Derrick Henry, I knew he did.
Jinx, my man.
He told him
bro,
walk underneath the ladder without even letting him know it was the ladder. I hate T. You evil son bitch. It's the beard.
I'm blaming T Boogie on this. Yes, B. T owes him an apology. But as far as the Titans go, if they don't replace him with a legit running back, they're done. Now, luckily for them, they found the most legit guy out on the market, in my opinion. And they got my guy A-Peasy, baby. A-Peasy back in the league, man. I love to see it. And I guarantee you, bro, AP gonna tote that rock. AP gonna tote that rock. Now, he's not gonna be Derrick Henry, but if he's getting that Derrick, the thing about AP, bro, he's always been dependent on the amount of carries. So, the Titans was ramping up the amount of carries they was giving Derrick Henry. They was giving him 25, sometimes 27, And if they give AP that amount of carries, you're going to see some 100-yard games. Go pick that man up in your fantasy team. Because AP getting 25, 27 carries, he going to have some 130, some 105s, some 100s and 2 tuds, like AP, that's what he does. So I'm excited to see AP. As sad as I am about Derrick Henry's injury, because Derrick Henry has become one of my favorite players in the league, I'm excited to see what AP can do with the rock. And I think if the Titans continue to lean on that running game, keep doing some read option, because you saw, if you watched them last game, they relied heavily on that read option against the Colts. And Tannehill was able to get it done on some crucial third down, 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 7s. Boom, read option, fake it to Derrick Henry, you run around the corner. They can do that same thing with AP. The game plan doesn't have to change too much when you bring in AP, because he's a guy that gets stronger as the game goes with the more carries he gets. So I'm excited to see it.
No, they're gonna have to rely more on Julio Jones and AJ Brown from here on out.
The comment section. Oh no. Todd Gurley's knees must be McRib meat.
Yo, shout out to Todd Gurley, bro. It's sad what happened to him in the Rams. Jesus, man.
Old AP. He got Derrick Henry at the house. Yo, it wasn't nothing worse than riding by McDonald's, asking your mom for a burger. She said, "We got burgers at the house." Like, yeah, we do, but we don't have those burgers at the house. We got them damn Mondo burgers at the house. I don't want the big fat ass burgers you cooking up. I want something from Mickey D's, man. That shit used to blow me, bro. That's hilarious.
I'm
Oh, man.
crying. I'm fucking crying.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Scruff, you got any thoughts on Derrick Henry before we get to the next topic?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. I don't know, man. I also don't know. What's the timetable for his return?
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
Leaning more towards the 8.
So Titans are done. Is pretty much what it comes down
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, they gotta pay the Colts, they gotta pay the Texans, and they gotta pay the Jaguars.
We'll see. I'll tell you what. The next couple games are going to be interesting for them. But I like the Peterson pickup. It's funny that but it's funny to think that you could just pick up a guy that wasn't playing football at all and just throw him into like 20 carries. So I think Bryce is right. I think they're going to lean on the run. I think Peterson's going to be part of the game plan, but I got this guy named Jeremy McNichols on Gas Fantasy Football League. So shout out to me. I already had him. I was really hurting for running back. So but he just stepped up into an upgraded role. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Titans, man. I was already not sure about them, but it's unfortunate, man. Really the power of manifestation and the power of your words, man. You want to read a classic book? Read "As a Man Thinketh" by James Allen. Real shit. Just be careful what you say, people.
I like that. Scruff coming with the Gas Book Club real soon. But if we're talking Gas Fantasy Football, then we got to talk about your boy. I am currently number 1 in the league, most points, most wins. But yeah, that wasn't on the topic list. You can go check that real quick. It happened.
Let me stop.
The week after I beat you. The week after I beat you, that's when it happened. The only person on my heels is Big Shirley.
Out here, man. I was 1-5 before I saw Scruff. Thanks for the dub.
All right, man.
Hey, you looking like the Titans, my boy.
Hey, I'm coming back. No, don't let me get to 500. I get to 500, I'm making a run.
Hey, but this is not Derrick Henry related, but it was related to that game. That game. Man, I don't know if y'all saw the end of that Colts-Titans game. But, this man Carson Wentz was in the end zone, about to get sacked for a safety. And then, not only does he not, throw the ball away, he doesn't try to tuck it. This man switches to his left hand and then throws an interception. Pick 6 is it? What is wrong with this guy, yo? What is wrong with this man?
That's your boy.
The left hand.
I will tell you what. The beautiful thing is detachment, man. The attachment is the root of all suffering. Because Carson Wentz has no attachment to me. When I watched him play and throw that interception, all I could do was laugh. But I knew that last year, that was the laughter of pain. And I'm just so happy that I don't got to deal with it. But it's funny that Bryce do the ultimate, the climactic, the poetic justice of the situation. Because as much as I was enjoying Carson Wentz struggle, and I'm enjoying the fact that the Eagles have 2 top 10 picks, we'll have 3 first-rounders as the way it looks right now. If Carson Wentz doesn't play 75% of the snaps, the Eagles don't get the pick. They only get a second rounder. So if they end up keep losing, they might end up benching Carson Wentz, and we end up with the second rounder. So Carson Wentz, I need him to win next week. I don't need too many accidents.
Master plan. Always got a master plan.
He's my second quarterback in the big league too. Hey, ask about me. They call me the Danny Ainge of fantasy football GMs.
Yeah.
More like a Dan Snyder.
There you go.
Oh man,
Danny Ainge unemployed, but he's legendary for ripping cats off.
Nobody else, my boy.
Hey, well, before we get into this college football talk, I'm not sure if she got cut from the topic list or not, but she's also kind of legendary Also, maybe for ripping people off. I think we're gonna get into this Brittany Renner topic. Unless I'm mistaken, did she get cut from this?
You feeling spicy, Rome?
Rome, you
I
trying to get in the
thought I was
doghouse
looking at the
tonight?
topic list. I thought I saw her name on it. I'm not sure if
This
she got cut out.
wasn't on the topic list, but Bryce, I know you're fond of The Matrix. I know you're a big fond of the movie The Matrix, yo. Did you see Chloe Bailey's Halloween costume with the Matrix chick? If you didn't see it, you gotta see it. Cause yo, I know you're a big fan of The Matrix.
That is
yes,
my favorite movie. But I will have to check.
You're gonna have to check it out, bro. You're gonna check it out. And she nailed it. The chick that you were saying, I forget what the Jones name was from The Matrix. The black chick from The Matrix.
Yo, I know
the one with the short hair.
Jada Pinkett's character. I can't remember what her name was in that Jones.
Whatever. She nailed it.
Morpheus is shorty.
She nailed it, dog. Yeah, she nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah, it's pretty good costumes and shit. Brittany Renner.
Hey, shout out to my guy Academics, man. He doing big things. Rutgers product, man. And
shout out Rutgers. Shout out back.
He's definitely doing big things out there, nailing these interviews, man. He's getting big. You know, I don't know if I'm not gonna call Brittany Renner a big interview, but she's a.
No, but he's asking the right questions though. He's making it. He's spicy with it. He getting all the right questions out. You know, he asking her the tough questions.
She's definitely someone people want to hear from.
Yeah, she seems like she's ready to, be candid as fuck. She was talking crazy on that joint. You know, now that we talking about her, she was talking crazy. She was talking real crazy. But I don't think Brittany Renner Academics had a certain perspective on this side chick pussy or this not. I don't think that. I think everybody has best case scenario. I think Brittany Renner's best case scenario is. Like she could be like the head chick of some Taz Angels type of relationship type shit, like the like she could be your bottom chick, like you hold it down, you get all the other chicks freaky, you know what I'm saying? If the fellas need some, you know what I mean, you could come, you know what I mean? That she seems like she's down for that, you know what I'm saying? But hey, there's a place for everybody in this world.
Yo,
I thought Rome was spicy. Scruff
that was the most elegant way to put that, Scruff.
My man just described the role of a pimp.
Trying to put that in the nicest way.
I didn't mean like a pimp. I didn't mean like a pimp. I didn't mean like a pimp. I mean like she could be like the matriarch of a polygamous.
Of a pimp. She could be the matriarch of a pimp. Of a pimp suite. That's what you talking about.
Of a polyamorous relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like because then you could have her plus like four other. Maybe this some pimp shit. The more and more I think about it, it does sound like some pimp shit. Hey, shout out Atlantic City. Shout out my homies out there, man, working. Shout out all the ladies out there working too, man. Shit.
Yo, let's be honest though, man. That interview was hilarious, bro. Like I didn't even see the whole thing. I only saw it in clips, on the feed. But it's hilarious, man. Like the questions Ack is answering and her like reaction to the questions are just like priceless. Like when she said, let's bring it up. Why am I a side chick? And then my man Ack looked at her in her face and said, because all the niggas was fucking with you, but none of them wanted to claim you. Bro, I was dying, bro. I'm like, I'm dead, bro. Like,
that's true.
He had to actually ask, why am I a side chick? When we heard that Colin Kaepernick was making her, Colin Kaepernick is rich, and he was making her fly out to him on her own dollar. She's wondering, how is she a side chick?
Bro, she really asked, why am I a side chick? She put it in the book about being a side chick. You made a whole book about being a side chick. And you ask her, why am I a side chick, man? Like, my only hope, man, is that the young female generation, please don't look up to Brittany Renner. This is like, don't make this the goal.
What you need to say is, men, stay in your daughter's life. Stay in your daughter's life. That's what y'all need to be saying right now,
bro. Because the same way you probably have some females looking up to Brittany Renners, you got some PJ Washingtons that are trying to wife Brittany Renner. So it's just like you can't really point the finger at females. can't just point the finger at the males. Like, bro, it goes all the way around, and it's like,
I don't know if you're trying to
man. What a
wife the
time.
Brittany Renners of the world. I'm pointing my finger, bruh. Like I don't. You must have bumped your head. I don't. Where are your friends, bro? Where are the homies, bruh? Like I would never let y'all do that. I would never let y'all do that, bro. You need like a
But
support
I got
group,
a
someone to
question.
talk to.
Nope. But be realistic though, right? Because she a bad thing. She a bad thing. But I'm saying if you don't ran through your fair stocks of bad thing, and you look at her, you done got tired of running through some bad things. You're like, you know what? I'm trying to like get my, it's like Kanye West with Kim. I know that ain't work out, but they were happy at one point. You dig what I'm saying? Like, Shorty got, as long as Shorty got her shit together, you telling me you're not gonna wife it?
No.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Y'all
Man,
cap
each
it.
his own,
Y'all
Bro, no.
cap it. Y'all cap it.
Unless
Y'all
I'm doing the
cap it.
polyamorous thing.
It is a low cap. It is a low cap. Hey, I know what you
Only
mean.
if I'm doing the
It's a whole
polyamorous thing,
lot of
bro.
cap.
Only
Hey,
if
it's no cap today.
no, only if I'm doing the poly jump. That's it.
Bro, if the thing about it is, bro, a lot of, and G, I'm not gonna speak for the panel, right, per se. But I'm just gonna say a lot of dudes out here, if they were to get Brittany Renner, bro, not only would they wife it, but they
They're
would
gonna
be
be
bragging.
PJ, whatever
They
my man's
would be
name is.
bragging like, yeah, bro, look at my girl. Like, it would be a big thing, bro. Like, the game has changed, bro. The game has changed, and ain't no more integrity in the game, bro. It's just a fact.
I see what Scruff's leaving the door open for. He's leaving the door open for Tiana Trump. Yeah, I hear you, Scruff, and it's starting to click now. It's starting to click. I'm like, nah, Scruff is on to something, bro. Like I said, my man Scruff
Think of
already
all the
got the master
possibilities.
plan.
Think of
He
all
got
the
the master
possibilities.
plan.
Think about. All right. Think about this. Just forget about the pride, because people think about it from a pride wholesomeness perspective, right? Because people think, I want a wife of John, I need a wholesome John. They want the pristine, they want the low mileage, it's like buying a car, right? But in reality, man, think about it like this. And this is not my perspective, by the way. This is just me being open-minded to different kind of things, and me listening to the interview, and just I'm a scout. I'm trying to see the best case scenario for people, But just imagine you go out to the bar, you go out to the club, whatever, you be out here, you're macking, you feel me? You find a little shorty, you know what I'm saying? And, then you got a whole nother bad little shorty at home that's ready to get freaky with the other shorty, bro. Like, it's a good look. It could be a good look.
Nah,
But
man,
on the spin, it's not even about the man perspective. That's why this is a male show. So we think about it only from a male perspective, man. We got to think about it from Brittany Renner's perspective. I will give her this, because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hustler. I study marketing. Brittany Renner has done an excellent thing for herself, because she turned a negative into a positive. She turned a negative into a positive. Good. She had a situation that was a baby daddy situation, turned bad. And then she done turned it, and she done turned herself into like literally the most talked about, one of the literally most talked about females in this very crowded space of Instagram shorties, and she's getting work. She just got paid to do Rolling Loud interviews and shit. So like, she's getting more play off of this, and she's already past the stage of wholesomeness. There's no going back from that. She's already way past that. So she's not going to fit to any wifey standard of anything like that. So if anything, get your money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get your money. She got her first check coming in. That's her first stream of income from the baby, and now she got some more shit coming in because everybody can't stop fucking talking about her. So good for her. She's getting her hustle on. And, hope it works out well for her. But, best case scenario, you want to do the polyamorous thing. She could be a nice piece to your puzzle.
I don't know, bro. She don't really strike me as the type that wants no polyamorous type of setup.
But you ain't heard the interview, bro. You ain't heard that part of the interview
on those clips, she seemed like, because she said something like, yeah, whatever man I end up with had to have the courage to be able to be with me. And I was like, the courage? Hey, bro, I was like, that's what you think it takes to be with you, is courage? Because, hey, bro, I mean, what's the man that does those interviews, bro?
She got a point, though.
Does these interviews, he's hilarious, man. But he always says one word, bro. He gets people so upset. But he says it just like this. beta, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what kind of guy's gonna have to be with Brittany Renner? I'm just thinking, it's got to be a beta. It's got to be somebody just like, I don't really care what my girls out here doing. Because she was like, why can't I sit on the couch shaking ass and then come home to you? Hey, what? No, you're not about to be in the club, sitting on the couch shaking ass and coming back to me. I'm just gonna be, how was your night? Oh yeah, I was on the couch shaking ass. Like, nah, bro, we not doing that, bro. That's not a life that I don't think it takes courage to live that life, man. Unless you're courage the cowardly dog.
Nah, I think
So you don't think Shorty from the hookah lounge went home to her man that night?
I don't think she had a man. That's why she was busting it like that.
Oh, I was just shaking it at the hookah lounge. Everything cool.
But nah.
I mean, I got a question then, right? So that's like I was saying. It sounds like you guys ain't finna let y'all ladies go out on a girls' night out, because
nah,
y'all already know what the ladies doing on a girls' night out. Y'all acting like
right. Yeah, I'm surprised.
First, I'm cool. I'm definitely cool with my lady going out on the girls' night. I encourage it. But if you talking about like, you want to do, and she even was like using words like, she was just the thing she was saying in that interview, bro, and specifically standing on the couch, shaking ass. And like the dude should be okay with. It's not that you can't be okay with these things. At the end of the day, you need to be comfortable with your lady. But it's like if you're my lady, there's certain things that you probably won't want to engage in. There's certain ways you probably won't want to portray yourself. And I think that the thing that kills it for her is that when her and PJ Washington was together, she tried to play that wholesome role. So it's like something inside of her is telling her this is not the way a lady should be. You know what I'm saying? It's like now they break up. And she on Jackson State's campus talking about like talking crazy, bro.
Yeah, because that shit wasn't for her. She can't subscribe to that shit, bro. Like she couldn't make it, so she going fucking extreme on the other end. But that's a good ploy, bro. That's why she's getting attention.
Definitely is why she's getting attention, man.
But where does it end? Where does his attention get her? Where does it end? Where did this get? Where's Corinne Steffens right now? Where's she at? We talking about her still?
She's a best-selling author,
bro. Where's Amber Rose at? She got a tattoo on her forehead, man. I mean, it's like it don't end well. It don't end well, bro. It's only one of two ways. Hey, it's only one Kim K. I don't see Brittany Renner becoming Kim K. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
That'd be wild if she did, though.
That would be
let's go ahead.
Tape on this.
Let's go ahead and keep it
run the tape.
Let's talk about Brittany Renner's favorite topic: college football.
I was like,
that's where she from.
That's her favorite topic.
Or it might be college basketball. Maybe it's pros. I don't know. She's a scout, much like yourself. But yeah, let's get into these CFP rankings, bro. Bryce, man, you're our resident college guy. You're our Mel Kiper, but better and blacker. What are your thoughts on the CFP rankings, man?
What is it?
Well, it's one team I really thought kind of got a little snub. And I thought it was. I think we all kind of knew Alabama would find their way in there. I think Alabama's at number 3. Let me pull up the rankings for everybody real quick. So I think Alabama's at 3. Who was number? Georgia 1. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like Georgia 1. Their defense is crazy. But one team that got left out of the top 4 that I thought deserved to be in there was Cincinnati. I don't know how you leave Cincinnati off right now. Yeah. I mean, they're number 1 ranked team. They're undefeated team, and they're top 2 in the AP rankings, and they somehow got left. They somehow got left off. I thought Alabama's gonna get that ranking just because they're Alabama, but they haven't been as impressive as they have been in the past. I think we can all agree on that. But I do like Bryce Young. A ton. But you talk top teams, you got Georgia 1, Alabama 2, Michigan State 3. Michigan State's balling. So
I thought for sure they'd be ahead of Alabama. I'm kind of shocked that they're not ahead of Alabama.
Yeah, they went off last week. Was their running back going crazy this year, right? I can't remember.
5 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, that boy is a dog, bro. That boy is a dog. He's gonna be a doggy in the league too. But the team I was most shocked about was Cincinnati. I think they got really good defense. Their schedule hasn't been super strong. I know they barely beat a Navy team that people aren't usually too high on Navy. I think they squeaked by a Tulsa team that people weren't too high on. But I like Cincinnati mainly because I like Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder is a dog, bro. I mean, if you're in the boat like anyone you see on this screen, and your team is in the pits right now, your NFL team, you're looking at draft projections, you're looking at big boards, and Desmond Ridder is one of my favorite quarterbacks coming out of this class. Quarterback from Cincinnati, reminds me a little bit of got a little Kaepernick in him. Got a strong arm, he's fast, but he's a pretty accurate passer. He's been that way for 2 seasons now. So I was surprised to see Cincinnati as low as they were, but I think everyone pretty much deserved it, especially when you're looking at a team like Alabama that plays a crazy schedule, Georgia, crazy schedule, even Ohio State, really tough schedule. So I think those teams deserve it. I'm just happy that the field is expanded now in the playoffs, so we're going to see some good matchups once we get there.
Wait, you said the field's expanding for the playoffs?
Well, it's not like how many teams is it this year? I think it's 8 now, right?
Is it 8 now?
What? I thought it was still 4. When did they do that?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be 6.
What?
Yeah, I thought it was 6 at first.
Maybe it's 6. I don't know. I know they did 8. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No. They were talking about 8. But they're not doing that yet.
Yeah, they ain't doing shit. That's what. All right. So let me get back to my point.
They have an expansion vote. Vote though.
Yeah, well, they need to hurry up with that because if anything, this one thing I've seen this season, man, this college football season has been very entertaining, man. Just because there's been a lot of parity, man. Clemson's been a team that we've seen as they've become like favorited as one of the perennial powerhouses, but we've seen they've played pretty mediocre. They've lost so many games, for Clemson standards, and even the games they did win, they barely won. You've seen Alabama, heavy at the top. And then they fell. Oklahoma's a team that's always in the mix. They play extremely well. Georgia, elite defense. But I mean, the point is, man, there's a lot of different teams that have come in and out of the rankings, and it just shows me a lot of parity right now. I think this is if you don't see this time as a time for the college football playoff to expand, I don't know, man. I think legitimately, I think Georgia's the best team in the country, but I think 3 weeks from now, they could have lost already, and then a whole nother situation is going to pop off. And then, we've just seen this 4-game playoff play out. It ends up being like a conference thing, but I would like to see more diverse field. I would like to see maybe 16 teams playoff, but maybe that's asking a lot. But I think there's a lot of teams that are outside of the top 10 in college football that could legitimately beat one of those teams. We're just not doing a good enough job of giving everybody a fair shot. Because there's these teams that go so there's no reason why a team like Alabama, who has multiple losses, should be ahead of a team that hasn't lost a single game. I get it. Alabama's, probably a better team in theory, but in practice, it's bro, hell,
they only got 1 L, I think. I think Alabama got.
But
one.
Yeah, they lost to Ole Miss. But you got to talk about the strength of schedule too. On top of that, that's
all perception, bro. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why do I need some freaking computer algorithm to tell me? Strength of schedule, la, 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 la. How about strength of schedule is me versus you? If I win, I'm the better team. That's the way it should be handled, man.
So you telling me right now,
teams at least, man. They got to make it 8.
Since he could beat Alabama right now, head to head.
Maybe, I don't know, but I'd like to see it.
Maybe not, but there's so many factors that go into these games, man. And at Alabama, probably not. At Cincinnati, maybe they got a better shot. I mean, better shot, yeah. Alabama's gonna be your favorite, but at the same time, bro, we gotta get an 18 playoffs. And I saw that they was voting, so I mistakenly said that I thought they might have expanded. But if they don't end up expanding this by next year, everybody's gonna keep having problems with this 4 teams because at the end of the day, it becomes about the money. If you're about the money, like we all know college football and college sports is about, you cannot exclude Alabama, bro. Alabama's the money maker. If Alabama only got 1 loss, I don't care if 5 other teams are undefeated. Alabama gonna be in that playoff, bro, because they move the needle the most. So it's rigged a little bit, bro.
I mean, it's definitely rigged.
Alabama and Ohio State are 2 of the teams that they're gonna have to put in the top 4.
If you watched last weekend, there's no way Michigan State looked better than Alabama. It's just no way. And I don't know, maybe Michigan State won me over last weekend, man. But I really like their chances going forward. Yeah, but like Scruff said, man, this has been one of the more exciting college football seasons that I can
Hey,
remember in quite some time.
my man
And
say he ain't want to see that, man. You won't want to see no March Madness and in college football, like all the games over like like obviously you can't play multiple games in them, but like first round, like weekend, boom, all hella college games, bro. Like
I agree with that, Scruff.
bowls on bowls,
I
like
love
I think
peak
there
game,
should be
peak game.
a much bigger tournament, at least 8, like
8
Bryce said, but maybe even expanded to more than that, man. Like there's a lot of college football teams, and as we know, football can be any given Sunday, any given Saturday. Yeah, man, you gotta go out there and play, and then
or maybe
and
we
see
should
who the
have
better
like
squad
different
is.
brackets. Maybe we should have different brackets. Maybe we should have a mid-major bracket, and the winner of the mid-major bracket gets a spot with the big dogs. That way, you're not watching mid-majors and shit. I don't know. Just think. Put me on
Yeah,
the committee, man. Pay me some money. Get me on a board somewhere. I want to
yeah.
be on a board.
Let Gas run the college football
Put me on the
playoff
board,
system.
man. Put me on the board. I know some people.
We'll give you the games you want to see.
Probably.
I know we're starting to run a little low on time, fellas, but before we get out of here, I do want to try to squeeze some NBA up in here, man. So maybe just give me some quick takes. I'll go around the panel real quick and ask each of you. I'll start with you, G. What are your thoughts on this NBA season so far, man? And it hasn't been too much,
You
but
see my Bulls, baby? You see my Bulls? You see the Bulls? We in here. Hey, yo, to all you Knicks fans, suck it. Y'all got lucky by that 1 point. Some bitches. Hey, yo, I hate the Knicks, so fuck you, Knicks fan, to the death of me. Hey, yo, D-Rose, I still love you,
okay.
D-Rose. You still be my boy until you don't play no more.
It's so wild to me that G
D-Rose.
is a Giants fan, but he's not a Knicks fan. Like, how's that?
Bro, the Knicks sucks. I will not subscribe to that misery. It's like being a Jets fan. That shit is toxic as fuck.
That's
Who the
hey
fuck
G.
who wakes up
That's
in the
how I
morning
feel.
with their
That's how
chest
I
up
feel in
high and
DC.
like, I'm a Jets fan?
I'm the same way with the Wizards, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it. Washington one Washington sports team is enough pain, bro. Like the football team causes me enough heartache. I can't jump on the Wizards. It never ends well, and they always do me worse than my football team. My football team at least
What?
gets off the rails way sooner. The Wizards be
Oh,
giving me
okay.
too much hope. Wizards
I'm
be
about to
giving me
say,
way too much hope. I be really believing.
the Wiz be doing way better than the football team. And
And
speaking of
that's
the
the
Wiz,
problem.
man, they've had a pretty strong start. Started off 5-1 for the first time since '06. Only fourth time in franchise history, so it's been impressive. I said it here.
Fourth time?
Yeah, for to be 5-1. I said it here that Coach Wes Unseld Jr. was a great hire. 1 month in, looks like he might just get that Coach of the Month. We'll see. It's going to be close between him and the Bulls coach, though. Bulls balling, but we'll see who gets that Coach of the Month. I'm telling you right now, Wes Unseld Jr. Coach of the Year, man, NBA Coach of the Year. Put it in your calendars.
We got to run the
You
tape
said
on that one.
stamp it?
That's a good take. Scruff, man, what are your thoughts on this young NBA season?
I wish we had more time, bro, because I have like a couple really good points on the NBA, and they don't have nothing to do with the Sixers. Cause I'm tired of talking about them niggas. But for real, I'll start with John Morant. I told y'all about John Morant. He playing out of his mind, 30 points a game, type money, like crazy advanced step ups. Y'all know I drafted him in the fantasy league, so we'll start with that. Secondly, I think Jason Tatum might be the most overrated player on the planet Earth. The Celtics just can't get right, and like, ultimately, if you're supposed to be the next Kobe, I'd expect you to figure it out. So, just overrated. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, how they're gonna figure it out, if they can figure it out. It's early, but right now, like, I'd watch them play against the Wizards. Actually, I think that was the Celtics Wizards, right? Disgusting, what I've seen from them, So,
I need
yeah,
to see that clip. Disgusted. That shit came
disgusting. But yeah, Jason Tatum's also is wildly overrated. I don't know. I'm starting to think Jaylen Brown might be better than Jason Tatum.
Hey, they was going at me when I said that. When I said I like Jaylen Brown a little better, everybody looked at me like I was crazy. But
yeah, and then
what did T say about Jason Tatum, Scruff?
He said he was the closest thing to Kobe in today's game.
Bro. So
That was some real spicy talk.
Unless he lives next door to Kobe's grave, he's not the closest thing to Kobe. I don't see how he's close to Kobe at all. And maybe I don't know. I don't see it.
Yo, wow,
Yeah,
y'all wild
I don't see
disrespectful.
him
Y'all
being
can't,
close to Kobe at all, man.
y'all chose violence this morning. That's fucked
Nah.
up. What Jason Tatum did to you guys? What the fuck?
Well, he
my
was supposed to
current
be. He was
takeaway-
supposed to be on my team for real, but my team fucked it up. So
Like always.
my current takeaway from the NBA season, man, is just don't sleep on them Lakers yet, man. Don't sleep on them Lakers. Everybody wants to just poo-poo the Lakers, and I love it because it's such a long NBA season, and the powerhouses never really start off that fast. But I think we all know when it comes right down to it, it's still gonna be the Lakers. But yeah, I just let it play out. I'll be patient.
We'll see.
If T was here, he would just debunk that whole statement you just said. He would flush that shit under the toilet, set you on fire.
That's a seed.
Yo,
I'm planting a seed for T next week.
Hey yo, did y'all see the Sixers and with the Blazers yesterday? The Sixers beat the Blazers without Embiid, without Simmons, right? And the crowd was chanting, "We want Dame," and Dame said he fucked with the city brotherly love, man.
He
said,
I thought you just said you wasn't going to talk about the Sixers.
This dude Scruff just be lying, bro. That's not what Dame said, bro.
He said the city of brotherly love got love for me.
It took 2 minutes,
called
bro.
The city of brotherly love. They showed a brother some love. That's what Dame said.
Okay. Sounds like Dave in the Philly is confirmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Right.
Oh, man, I'm weak.
What's that, Dame? You want to come to Philly? Okay, I'll set it up. Hey, that was Dame.
Only way y'all getting Dame is y'all trading Embiid. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Look at his face.
All right, man. This is another great episode as always, man. Are there anything you guys want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
I got nothing.
Hey yo, Bryce, remember that $100 bet? It's looking pretty even right now.
Hey, it might come down to the games we play each other. The last game we played each other, bro.
It really might. That's crazy.
It might come down to that. But I'm
hey,
cool
man.
Because look, even if we have a tie record, we might just get that tiebreaker on y'all. So even if we tie, we got a tiebreaker. I want my $100, bro.
I want my $100, motherfucker. How am I gonna lose to a team that's not even a football team? What the fuck?
Well, I'll tell you one thing we won't need a tiebreaker for. Current touchdown count, Cam Newton 0, Jalen Hurts more than 0. So
hey, don't let Cam get picked up next week. That might be a real question right there.
Man, I'm tired.
One team to take a chance.
All I'm saying, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Two things I'm tired of. Right?
Tired, boss. You're sick and
When it
tired.
come to the ESPN boys, man, I'm tired of this Cam Newton. Oh, is Cam Newton the right fit for such and such? Like, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm gonna mute from my Twitter timeline the words Cam Newton and Ben Simmons, and we're gonna have a great week this week. We're gonna have a great week this week. Yo. I'm controlling my environment, man. Like T, man. Manifestation, man. I don't need them words around me, B.
Oh man, so it's another great episode. It's gonna be another great week. We'll be back with y'all boys next week, man. With some more sports topics, some more culture topics, man. So if you haven't already, go ahead and download that app, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. And you know what it is, man. We're going to end the show the way we always do. Sports for the culture.
Sports for the culture.